Wow. It's a truly beautiful morning. I couldn't sit this one home. I'm in the middle of moving, but I looked at the weather and I said, I need to try. I can't go far today. I gotta be back at the house kind of early. What we're gonna do here, gonna hop on these jetty rocks, man. Got some different baits today that I don't fish with much, so let's try it, see if that works. It's weird this time of year. There's opportunities at fish, but the opportunity windows are kind of tight. The tide has to be perfect. Maybe the water temps need to creep up in a perfect way. Okay, this is the bait I'm gonna start with. Let me try to give you a better look at it out of the sun. That's a mussel shell. Most seafood shops have mussels most times of the year. These came from Seaview Crab Company. So what most of these fish do this time of year, they get right behind the rocks out of the current. Typically a lot of the deeper ones. Doesn't mean they feed those, the problem. Still some junk fish down here, that's for sure. And some non-junk fish too. What we got there? Oh yeah, Winter Delight. That's a tog on a mussel cluster. So this is kind of one of the winter fish we have here. That's a smaller one. Me personally, prefer to put these little tog back. You know, when they get like 14, 15, get a little bit of a fillet on them. The little guys, not so much. So it's great to see this little, these mussel clusters are working. So all there really is to this is take your little mussel cluster after I put it in that steelhead mesh, crack a shell or two, such, and then I'm just going to thread it on our bottom sweeper here. This is one of the times I think a Carolina rig might be better, but they both should work pretty well here. And I'm just going to try to keep it like that. So there's a couple tog here, had a few bites, so I know there's probably more than one. I think I actually had a hit here. That's what it is. Sheep's head, huh? Huh. That's not too unusual, but not really a common winter catch. But hey man, I'll take it. Went for those mussel clusters as well. We can start really loading up. I'll keep a few a little bit later in the day, but I'll put my first one back as a fair omen. All right, well, I caught one tog on the mussels. I'm gonna just, I got some fresh shrimp, semi-fresh. Man, I almost feel bad for using these for bait, but let's try it. Just cut them right at the segments. I don't use shrimp very often, so I might get frustrated real quick. All right, that's something good. Yeah, that is. I think that's something good. What is that? Wow, that's unusual. You know what that is, guys? That's scup. That's a regular, good old regular porgy. We don't catch too many where I live of these guys. They're okay to eat, but those white bones and jolt heads are definitely better. But yeah, that's a scup. Cool. Something better there. Yeah, boy. Yeah, switch to the shrimp. Try something different. It's not decent sized fish. It's funny when this water's cold. You know, a lot of these fish don't, you know, fight that much. Black drum. These guys love a good Winter shrimp, right? Okay. That's what I got for winter, man. Man, he's like a popsicle. Came up as stiff as a board. Pretty fish. Man, soft bite. Sheep's head, huh? Just a little winter action. A lot of the bigger sheep's head are really like 5 to 15 miles this time of year. But you can get some keepers, that's without a doubt. Yeah, maybe I'll keep one later. Well, that makes it for 2 sheep's head. All right, so went through most of my I'm going to small pieces of shrimp now. Just cutting them up. Take the tail off. It's a 1/2 ounce bottom sweeper jig on this Penn Slammer 2500, and I'm looking for this. Honestly, see that? Those are fish for sure. It's cool something showed up here. Nice to see a tog or two also. Be super dope. It is. I had to say it, huh? Tog. Toe tog. Tog. Getting action though. Can't beat that on a January day, huh? Yeah, man. Trying to get away from those sea bass is important. I don't know what this is. Also took a shrimp, I think. Button on a black drum. It's got algae growing on him. That's how he's been down there. Very large, honestly. It's the black drums. And so what's the problem I'm experiencing is the bluefish are getting to the shrimps before they get to the bottom. So really not getting a whole lot of strike zone time. Black drum are quite a bit further off the structure, so that's a good thing. Let's see if we can get one on a shrimp head. Got him. Good bite. This one was on a shrimp head. Sheep's head? Oh, another toe tog. Yeah, that one will keep. A little bit bigger. This one's gonna keep for us for dinner. They're like 15, 16. And he ate the whole shrimp head, man. It's pretty cool. So that's toe tog. Another one. Seems like we got a lot of like 14s today. This one's the biggest of that batch. So it's probably like 14 and a half, 15. So a little bit of fillet on them. We don't get big tog here in the Carolina. I mean, we get a couple, but for the most part, most of our tog tends to run, I don't know, 2 to 5 pounds tops. So good couple. Oh gosh. Oh, no, I lost him. Oh, dang. It's a giant fish. Dang. No. What on earth was that? Oh, that sucked. Ate the whole freaking shrimp head there. Oh, slept on the hook set, and that was something good, man. I'd love to see that one. something decent there. Yep. Take my sweet time for him to eat. Oh, it's the ling. The ling. Man. The hake. These guys are pretty good to eat too. Another cold water fish there. Little squirrel hake. I think that's a squirrel hake. A pretty cool one. Haven't really caught many of these before. Oh, at least along the beach here. Ling, you might hear that term also. They're pretty good to eat. I'm gonna keep this guy too. It's a tough month. We caught a lot of fish today. The size wasn't there. That one fish I missed, I set the hook. Actually, I didn't feel the bite, so that's why it kind of tripped me up. I literally dropped down and it felt like maybe I was in a rock, and when I set the hook, it literally started running downwards. You know, a couple fish can hang out here in the winter. I've never caught a big red drum around here in the winter, but you know, I'm sure that can happen. Black drum of size moved through while I was in Florida, so for sure those guys can still be around. Those you know, 40-pound plus black drum. Bought a smaller keeper eater size drum. I don't need too much meat. I kept the tog and that ling. Those are great. Those are, to me, some of the better ones. Very scallopy. The shrimp had some good action, but as soon as you had like one or two good bites with the shrimp, junkfish showed up. It was like, that's why me personally, I don't like fishing with shrimp. I went with the bottom sweepers. I think maybe sometimes I like the Carolina rigs or the knocker rigs better for shrimp. Using a long shank hook gets a couple bites, but when there's so much junkfish, it doesn't seem to matter. All right, I'm gonna put the kayak on the beach, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Check the video's description for links for everything we used, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.